And we are live. Welcome everybody to the Moment of Victory. I'm your host, Mr. Victory at Nothing. I have two special guests, but before I do so, I'm in my burgundy and gold. And I gotta say, how about them Cowboys?
Yes.
All right, y'all. We both, they're not the Redskins no more. The Washington football team has not been winning. But we beat the Cowgirls this week, and I'm excited.
Come on, somebody.
That's for your husband. That's for her husband. The one.
Let him know.
I don't know how this is going to show up. Who's going to be where? But the one with the unfailing hoodie, her husband is a Cowgirls fan, so that's for him. How y'all doing? I have two special guests. They are Rosalyn and Jocelyn. They are two phenomenal, amazing people. And before we go into what it is they do, I like to ask people, how do we know each other? So you two can say, how do we know each other?
We met at George Mason University in the freshman park.
Absolutely. Before Marcus cut his hair, we knew him before all of it. We had long braids.
I be telling people, the kid, my hair was out there.
It was out there.
It was out there. But it was beautiful hair. Yeah, very nice hair.
Tell the people. Look, they be thinking I be exaggerating, man. I was official down here. I was scared.
You really were. And
one of them
to let Jossie braid his hair.
Used to practice braiding my hair, and now she
talk about practice.
and look, we had an understanding that as long as your feelings wouldn't be hurt when I took them out.
Listen,
always practice by braiding my hair.
Yes,
and then eventually we stopped taking them out so quickly.
Yes, it got better.
Ladies, how y'all doing?
Fantastic. Wonderful. So good to see you.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. I just look, again, people I know. I just want y'all to know I love these two girls, right? These two women, excuse me. They are phenomenal people. I'm telling you, they are a big reason why I'm still here today. Because young Marcus was wilding. Young Marcus we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
Love you. Thank you for having us, Marcus. Love you so much.
Thank you for having us, truly.
So we'll get right into it. Moment of victory. I tell people all the time, every day anybody can, be an entrepreneur. They can sell things. In your instance, you guys push music. You're artists. Phenomenal voices, by the way. We'll get into it in a second. And this is also a very special moment because Jocelyn, we keep going back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn's husband is a very integral part in Marcus being an entrepreneur today. Yeah. So I always tell people the moment, even though I'm interviewing, I talk about my MC business. Your husband actually is the reason I have that MC business. Mm-hmm. He was DJing at something I was at. I don't remember what it was. And he just legitimately, he handed me a mic. He was like, hey, can you get on? Can you do something? Like it was a dry party. Not that he was dry. It just was dry. He was like, hey, can you do something? Can you help out? So I took the mic. I helped out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, you was really good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can I use you in the future?
Love it.
Sure. So he hit me up like it was August of 2015. He hit me up. He was like, yo, he's doing a wedding. He want me to do the thing that I did from before. Yeah. And history.
The rest is history.
I'm the best MC.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
Maryland, Virginia. Awesome. Yes. Your brother-in-law was like, yo, do this for me. I helped him out. He was like, yo, you're really good at this. You should think about doing this. And so I'm the best MC in DC, Maryland, Virginia. Thanks to Omari Fennell. So though he is a Cowgirls fan,
God bless him.
he is a wonderful man. I have the deepest love and appreciation for him. So with that being said, what was you guys' moment that you decided, hey, we're going to do this?
I remember, so in college and in high school, I started writing songs and I always loved it. I just always enjoyed writing and putting music together. But I really didn't take myself seriously until like a handful of years ago because I just truly thought oh, well, I write music. Okay. I won't do anything. But I remember, I don't know if y'all remember, she went to George Mason with us. Her name was Tony Valentine. And I hadn't talked to her in like a couple of years, but she texted me randomly one day and she said, I remember this song that you wrote back at the church and it popped in my head today and it's been in my head ever since then. And she was like, I just wanted to reach out to you to let you know that you need to do something with this music. Wow. And it struck me in such a way that like, that was like one of my moments. Like I said, you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to finally believe in myself, take myself seriously, and try to do something with this music. So that was one of my moments. I remember that.
Okay. And for me, it's always been, I've always thought Roz was a great writer, and I love singing her songs. You know me, I like singing. It's just my passion. I just love it. And when I sing Roz's songs, it just touches me in such a way. It really does. And I feel like we just have a thing. So we're just like, look, Roz, we just need to stop. As you've been telling us, Marcus, you've been telling us for years, y'all need to stop playing.
I can't lie.
You've been saying it for years, Marcus. So, here lately, we've been just trying to be more serious about it and just keep pushing. So it's been good.
Yeah.
So just touching on that a little bit, how big or how important would you say, because it sounded like it was a confidence issue, like you guys weren't sure. How big does confidence play when you're trying to be an entrepreneur, when you're trying to push your music, when you want to do a show or whatever? Like, how important is that, or you think it's not?
Oh, I think it's huge.
It's important.
Huge. Yeah. It's huge. And I think that's one of the reasons it took me so long to finally take myself seriously, because like if you want people to take you seriously, you have to first take yourself seriously. Like no one's going to believe what you don't believe. So if you don't believe in what you produce and the things that God has put in your hands, how are you going to convince somebody else that, hey, check me out, this is great? So confidence to me it makes a world of a difference. You have to believe in yourself. You got to be sure of what you're doing and be confident. Just go out there and just try. Just give it a try.
Look, it's so real. So so while I talked about my MC, I also do the victory, the hoodies and the shirts things and whatever. And I've hit or miss. I really hit or miss, but I never, like, someone actually told me, hey, you've been doing that for a minute, like, and it's like, sometimes you're like, nah, that joint is ugly, or nah, ain't nobody gonna rock that with that. I'm into fashion anyway, so it's like, yeah, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, nah, but if you go based off of that, you're never going to do it.
You'll never go anywhere. I agree. And you can't compare yourself to other people. You have to go with what you have, your ideas, what God is giving you, and just push it. I mean, and push it with confidence, push it with joy, push it knowing that one day it's going to work out for me.
It's going to work. It's going to hit. Even if 1,000 other people doing it, there's no other you. Still do it.
Literally was going to say it. There's only one you. Well, this is it's two of you, but as a twin, I know how that goes. There's only one you.
That's it.
There is something about you. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it was the third one of you all, right?
It was.
Yeah. So I mean, not to harp on negative things, but you two made it for a reason. It's something special about you two. Yes. And even though we're talking about one, for people out here watching it, you have to remember that there is nobody in the world like you. Nobody can be you better than you. Nobody can do the things that you do. So if it's in you, man, put it out there, because it's for somebody.
I agree.
That's right.
I agree. And the ups and downs come with the process. We're learning. It's going to be ups and it's going to be a lot of downs, but don't let the downs stop you. Learn from your downs and create a up, and just keep going. The consistency is where the victory is.
It really is. And it's really when you master your skill. Like, just do it over and over.
Love y'all, Mother Bonnie.
It's true. You gotta be consistent. You gotta be consistent.
Absolutely.
Okay. So real quick, Unfailing Love. Tell us about it. Tell the people about it.
It is just basically our love song to God. Like, he has just been so good. And I remember when I first wrote the song, we wrote it like in 2016 and 17. I wasn't in a great place, like personally, just in a dark hole.
Struggle is real.
And you know how we do when you get to that place, you know, some people, everybody deals with things differently. But like, for me, I like dive full speed ahead back into God. Like, you know, like you were supposed to always have been doing. And I ran across this scripture and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I mean, I remember I was crying and everything. And I was like, I just felt like this glimmer of hope. So that was like the foundation of the song. Like, I just thank you for your unfailing love when I have not been so wonderful.
We've not been so loving. That's right. That's right. And it's been great. And Rosie started this song a couple of years ago, and then we came back to it.
Yeah.
And she's been helping me get better at writing. And so then it became a dual effort. And
yeah, we added more verses.
The song is what you have, and it really has. It blesses us, and I think that's why the song is a blessing to other people, because it comes from our heart, you know. So.
Honestly, when dealing with music, you hear more so in people's first albums because they've gone through the struggles and they want to not make it, or like I feel like if the right person will hear it, that it'll just work. So you hear all the personability in that song or that album or whatnot. So the fact that it blesses you is, if it doesn't, you shouldn't be putting it out.
Right.
Exactly. That's right.
You're just writing just to do it. And I think that's why people fail, because like once they made it, it's just like, well, I have to do another one. So let me, and you know what I'm saying? It's not personal. There's no feeling to it. It's just, oh, we have to do it. So we do it. And you can hear it. I said that about, I think I did a photo shoot for my birthday actually. And shout out to Cook. She was playing the Lecrae's last album. And I was like, he sounds like he doesn't want to do this. Not that he's successful, but it was like, it's not that he's successful. You could tell like he's been talking about the, you know, the pro-blackness and the police brutality and everything. Like if you follow him on Twitter, whatever, he's been speaking about that for like the last 2 years. And you could hear like he's so weighted. And I was just like, I can tell he doesn't want to do it, and it comes out in the music. So I'm glad you two didn't have that problem with this one.
You always want to keep your heart in it, seriously.
Yeah. So we got the single out now. Tell the people where they can hear that real quick. Come on. Jossie, tell us. Come on.
Okay. The single, you can find it anywhere on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Just follow us on Instagram. We're Rosalyn.Jocelyn at Instagram. The link is in our bio. Check us out. It'll take you to all the music platforms. It'll take you to where you can buy some merch if you like what we're wearing. Everything is in the link in our bio. Yep. So we're on Facebook and on Instagram, Rosalyn and Jocelyn. So check it out.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the single. When's the album coming? You can't just drop a single. You gotta give me an album.
You can't just drop a single. Our goal is to put out an EP soon. I don't want to say next year because you just never know how things are going to go, but very, very soon we're working towards the EP, a body of collective work. So that's what we have in the near future and looking forward to it. We got some great music coming. Great music.
I'm going to accept that just because I'm finally glad that y'all are actually doing it.
Right.
The song is beautiful, by the way. I played it. I listened to it on YouTube.
Awesome.
I bought it. So, you know, I'm with it. I support you guys. I'm rocking with y'all to the end. I will say, I was with Lexi. Shout out to you, Lexi.
Shout out to Lexi.
Hey, the end of that joint, I shared a little thug tear, like seeing all 5 of y'all together.
Yeah.
Something about all 5 of y'all being together. Maybe because I've known y'all so long, and it's just like just to see like Emily was what, 9, 10?
Crazy.
She's a grown, beautiful woman, and Lexi's gone through what she's gone through, and Young Perry is like, something about saying all y'all together is always just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a heartfelt moment having them there, and just the fact that us knowing everybody's story, what everybody has gone through, is just a representation of like, you can survive it, you know, and God's love will carry you through it all. And all of us just being together is just, you know, how we are, you know, just a simple love.
I was like, okay, got the whole chickens cleared out.
Listen, and you know, my parents, they sent food, so we was good.
That was going to be my question. Why weren't they there? Or did they not?
You know how they are with Corona.
With Corona, they're quarantining, but they sent me a food and then bags for the grandchildren.
Right. And look, so speaking of grandchildren, because you both are mothers. How important do you think the entrepreneurship spirit is, or just teaching your children not to follow the status quo, or like if you want to do this, because both your husbands are big in entrepreneurship too.
Yep.
So how important is it that to share that spirit on with your children?
I think it is important, but I think for me, I feel like I want them to be confident. I think it's the confidence piece of entrepreneurship that I want them to gain. Like, if they don't feel like that's for them, be confident in whatever direction you take. Like, I want you to be sure of who you are, know what it is that you want to do, and furthermore, know what it is that God has purposed for you to do, and then be confident in that lane, and then go in that direction with full speed ahead, all boldness, all confidence. If it goes towards entrepreneurship, I think it's awesome, you know, like, and I'll support it. But like, I want them just to be sure of who they want to be, you know, and I want them to see that this is something that mommy loves to do. This is me. You do you. Whatever that means.
I'll add to that. I agree with everything that she said, but also I like that they can see the behind the scene, like it's work. Like whatever you do, it requires work. It requires consistency.
Dedication.
Children have watched us like scramble. They watched us plan. They watched us do what we do. And so it's a front row seat to, all right, this is what real hard work looks like. And then hard work will pay off. And that's what I tell my kids. Whatever you do in school, we're doing the best that we can do. We're not just being mediocre at what we do. We're doing the best.
I tell that all the time. I was like, man, if my kids play sports or whatever, I was like, we're not playing it just to play it. If we're going to do it, we're going to be the best. And people say, yes, do that. But I was like, no, it's like Deion Sanders. Was it Deion Sanders? I think it was Deion Sanders. I heard say this one time. He said, why settle for good when greatness is available?
I'm telling you.
Ever since I heard that, I'm just like, what I got from that is I'm not doing nothing just to be good at it. Like, I want to be the best. If you don't want to be the best, man, I'm telling you, it's a quote that I have stuck in my head now. And like, whenever I want to teach people something or whatever, I normally end things with that. So it's just like, hey, and at the end of the day, why settle for good when greatness is available?
Greatness is available. I love that. I love that.
Feel free to use it because, like I said, Deion Sanders. It's Deion Sanders' quote. It's not mine.
It's good. That's good.
So
I love that.
We're going to wrap it up. Like I said, so I like to end this always with rapid fire. Just 5 quick questions.
Okay.
And it's not going to be as quick because it's 2 of you. If you guys had the same answer, that's fine. But you know, we'll start with Rosalyn first because she's the older, and as an older twin, I got to make sure we get our proper due respect.
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
Five questions.
To Markel, the youngest twin. Thank you.
5 questions. You ready? All right. First question. What's your favorite food?
Macaroni and cheese.
Ooh, gotta love the mac and cheese.
Oh, do you mean chicken Alfredo?
Chicken out. Oh, she fast. Last book you read?
Becoming.
The Bluest Eyes by Toni Morrison. I read that recently.
Okay.
And mine was Becoming.
Becoming by who?
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. How was that? I didn't read it.
Excellent. I
should read it.
It was great.
I should read it.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. All right. We pick one. Kirk Franklin or Ty Tribbett?
Ty Tribbett.
Ty Tribbett.
Oh, okay. Why Ty? I'm just curious.
I've always loved him, and he's just incredible. I don't know. I just love him. He's so talented. Oh gosh, it's just crazy.
And when he first came out, we used to follow him if he was.
Oh my gosh, we would travel to go see his concerts. We loved him.
Love Ty.
Kirk is a goat. I tried to do that with Whitney.
I love Ty Tribbett too, though. I love him.
I tried to do that with Whitney, so I understand. I was younger when she was in her heyday, but I've always been a fan. She's my favorite entertainer. So
no, she's great.
I've only saw her live once, but you know. Okay. 4. If you could sit down with anybody, who would it be and why? Other than me, of course. We'll go to Jocelyn because Rosie's thinking.
I would sit down with CeCe Winans. She has been my all-time favorite singer for forever. I love her spirit. I love her, how she runs her personal life. I just want to, one, give her a hug, and then two, just sit down and pick her brain just about her experiences in music and just who she is as a person. I am in love with CeCe Winans. I love her.
She really is. She really is. I've always been fascinated. I know it sounds typical, but I would sit down with Oprah. I really would. Like, she's just a fascinating woman.
Nobody said Oprah yet, so.
She's fascinating to me. She really is. I mean, she just does everything times 20. My gosh.
I mean, she's the queen of media. I'd like to talk to her one day. Just, pick her brain. Just go.
Yeah, pick her brain.
Last question. This is a new one. I think I'm going to make this my last question every time. Okay. Being that this is about entrepreneurship, in this instance, you guys are artists. Who should be the next person I should talk to and why? And go ahead and make your pitch to them. Tell them like, hey, come talk to Marcus.
Oh, I know. You should talk to Lexi because
on my list, actually.
She is so passionate about the brand that she is developing, the product that she's coming up with. I mean, she has taken on a whole new lifestyle with the way that she eats, with the way that she does things as far as her health. And it's just fascinating to hear her talk about everything that she knows and everything that she's trying to build. Her and Justin, I mean, they both are coming up with healthy products and they're creating it with their own hands. Like, definitely Lexi, Anna's Milk, and all the other stuff that they're working on. It's amazing.
I sent Justin a DM probably like a month ago, and I was just like, I don't know why it happened, but I just felt the need. I was just like, yo, I like what y'all are doing. Yes. I like the growth that I've seen, and I just want you to know, people is watching. It just literally was one of them. Like, I like it.
Absolutely.
I gotta get them, and she's definitely on my list. Or the both of them together. I don't know.
Yeah.
How I was like, tell Lexi.
She is amazing. Seriously, she has so much knowledge. It's crazy.
I would say honestly, the first person that came to mind was my husband. I think he has so much to offer. How do you say entrepreneurially? He's been doing it since I've married him, since I've known him. He's had an entrepreneur spirit when we were dating, and then he went out and started doing the DJ businesses, and he did vendor vid for a while, and he's gone full time for a little while, and he's just had his hands in a lot of different things. So I think he's a great person to talk to.
First of all, I should be ashamed of myself because I tell people all the time when I tell the story about the DJ that made me help him. I have not had the DJ.
It's okay. It's all good.
Amari, Lexi, your sisters your wife and your sisters have spoken and meet and speak with me ASAP.
I love it. Awesome.
Tell the people one more time where they can find you, where they can find the music and everything else.
Check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Rosalyn and Jocelyn or Rosalyn.Jocelyn. The links are in the bio. You can buy our merch, buy our song. It's on all platforms. Check us out. Pray that the song blesses everybody.
Yes.
All right. And y'all know how I go when I say we all we got. What's the second part? That's how we're going to close this out. I say we all we got, and y'all say we all we need. We all we got. We all we need.
Yes,
we all we need.
Yes.
All right. That's Rosalyn and Jocelyn, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Love you, Marcus.
We're so proud of you, Marcus.
Thank
You're doing an awesome job. You're doing incredible work. Yes,
you are.